Talk about being caught red-handed. A shocking video has surfaced showing an Uber Eats delivery driver brazenly drinking from the very coffee he was supposed to deliver to a customer. No shame, no attempt to hide it, just casually helping himself before handing it over like nothing ever happened. We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Right now, only 12% of viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. Now, beyond the sheer disgust of the act itself, this raises a bigger issue. The driver in the video doesn't appear to speak much English, which begs the question, who exactly are these companies hiring? With the flood of unvetted migrants taking up these delivery jobs, incidents like this should come as no surprise. And while Uber, Deliveroo, and the rest continue to rely on this cheap revolving door workforce, it's ordinary British customers who end up paying the price. It's not just about one man sipping someone else's coffee. It's about basic hygiene, trust, and respect, none of which were shown here. Would you want a stranger who clearly doesn't understand or care about food safety tampering with the drink you're about to put to your lips? Of course not. Yet that's the reality when standards are thrown out the window in the name of profit and convenience. This is the level we've sunk to. Jobs that should demand responsibility and trust are being handed out to people with no vetting, no training, and no respect for the standards this country expects. And while customers are left disgusted and violated, the companies behind these schemes wash their hands of any accountability. Have a watch of this.
Hi, excuse me. Are you delivering that food?
Sorry?
Are you delivering that to someone?
What?
Are you delivering that food to someone?
Is number 88? Yeah.
I've recorded you, you know that. You ate their food, didn't you?
Is number 88?
My friend, you've drank their drink, didn't you?
Sorry?
You drank the person's food. You ate their food.
What's your name?
What do you mean, what's my name?
Just.
At the end of the day, let's call this out for what it is. This delivery driver is not English, and he clearly showed no respect for the job, the customer, or even the most basic standards of hygiene. And yet, it's people like him who are being handed opportunities in this country, while ordinary Brits are left wondering who exactly is turning up at their door with their food. If this is what passes for acceptable now, then standards in Britain have truly collapsed. It's up to us to highlight this because the companies won't, the authorities won't, and unless we demand better, incidents like this will only keep happening. In other news, Russia has warned Britain and NATO they will regret it if they attempt to shoot down Moscow's jets in its airspace. Vladimir Putin's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov took to the UN on Saturday to rage at the West, promising a decisive response to any attacks in Russia's skies. That came just days after Moscow sent its fighter jets over Estonia, and NATO planes were forced to shoot down Russian drones over Poland. Any aggression against my country will be met with a decisive response, Mr. Lavrov spat, after denying Russia was behind the jets and drones. There should be no doubt about this among those in NATO and the EU who are telling their voters that war with Russia is inevitable. If there are attempts to down any flying object, any object in our airspace, then I think people will very much regret undertaking such an egregious violation of our territorial integrity and sovereignty, he raged. Then, the foreign minister, 75, turned his fire on Germany, accusing its Chancellor Friedrich Merz of militaristic rhetoric. Elsewhere at the UN, Belarus's Lavrov counterpart Maxim Ryzhenkov rattled off a list of war threats and revealed that hypersonic Oreshnik ballistic missiles were being moved to his country. The doomsday clock shows less than 1.5 minutes to midnight, symbolizing the moment of nuclear apocalypse. This is the closest the clock has ever been to midnight, Mr. Ryzhenkov said. In an apparent bid to move the minute hand away from midnight, Belarus has deployed the nuclear-capable Oreshniks near its capital Minsk. A secret base is said to be being built near Pavlovka, a small village south of Minsk, and just miles from the border between Belarus and NATO member Lithuania. Belarus also already boasts Russian Iskander-M short-range nuclear missiles on its own territory. Russia itself recently a series of these close to the Polish border in the Kaliningrad exclave. The country's foreign minister claimed it had been forced to lay down the weaponry to guarantee its security. He also pointed to Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia's withdrawal from an international landmine treaty as an apparent example of escalation. "They're even laying mines on our borders," he raged. Housing Secretary Steve Reed was left floundering today in a toe-curling moment when he was asked how many homes Labour has actually built since coming to power. Pressed again and again by Camilla Tominey, Mr. Reed simply couldn't give a figure and at one point snapped at the host, "I am not Wikipedia." Camilla refused to let the Labour MP off the hook and pushed him repeatedly for the number, which the minister still could not answer. She pressed, "What? But what's the number?" Mr. Reed responded, "I can't give you an exact figure. I know it's really low. I'm appalled by it as well. But the fact is, the Conservatives didn't get the applications through." Shocked, Camilla said, "Don't tell me you don't know. You're the Housing Secretary. How many new homes have been built since Labour took power?" He said, "I'm not Wikipedia. I'm here to talk to you about policy. Being Housing Secretary doesn't mean I know every single statistic going on in the entire housing sector. You only know it because it's written in front of you." Outraged, the host said, "But I am not in charge of housing. How can my producer have this figure and you not have it?" Mr. Reed fired back, "Well, because somebody researched it for you and given it to you, and someone hasn't researched it for me and given it to me. What I know I need to do is build new homes." He added, "Because you've got a stat on a bit of paper that I haven't got, it says nothing whatsoever." I'm surprised that you're trying to do a gotcha moment. So sad for your viewers because they probably like a sensible debate. Camilla replied, "This is silly. It's not a gotcha for me to ask you as Housing Secretary how many new homes have been completed since Labour took power." The presenter eventually revealed the figure herself, 117,390 homes. She calculated that maintaining this pace would require 13 years to achieve the government's 1.5 million target by Parliament's end. Recent government statistics reveal that housing development has reached unprecedented lows, with planning permissions for residential projects dropping to their worst levels on record. Official figures indicate that merely 29,000 developments received council approval during the 12 months concluding in June 2025, marking a significant setback for the government's housing ambitions. The data demonstrates that between April and June 2025, local authorities received 80,400 planning applications, representing a 5% decline compared to the same period the previous year. Planning departments processed 80,000 applications during this quarter, showing a 1% decrease annually. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.